As the weather gets warmer, we have more opportunities to play with our pets outside, but that can also pose some dangers for you if your pets get loose. And we're joined once again this morning by our pet vet, Dr. Jennifer Crow from Fisher's Veterinary Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us, Jennifer. And one of the things that can really help with this is microchipping, but there's a constant battle to do it or not to do it.
Well, microchips do satisfy the requirement in Marion County for permanent identification, but it is one way that you can identify that your pet is yours if they get out of their collar, if they don't have a tag on. So we're not talking about putting chips in our kids, we're talking about it for our pets. So I do think it's worthwhile.
And how does it work?
So the microchip itself is about the size of a grain of rice, and it gets put in between the shoulder blades right under the skin. So we do it with a needle. It's very much like giving a vaccine, except that instead of putting liquid underneath the skin, we're putting a solid. Anything
you should do for your pet before or after to maybe calm their nerves?
So not really. They don't mind most injections, especially because they go under the skin and they don't have that muscle burn that we experience. So it can be done during almost any visit. It can be done while they're awake, or it can be done when they're asleep to be spayed or neutered.
And whether or not you microchip, there are some other things you can do also to help keep track of your pets if you're playing outside.
Yep. Make sure that they're going to be in your close proximity. If you don't have a fence, put a leash on them. Train them to stay within a certain area. And it's still important to make sure that they're properly tagged. That means a rabies tag and an identification tag, something that's going to have your information, who's the owner, and how to get in touch with you, your address, your phone number.
And those are simple things you can do. And how many stories have we covered of lost pets found years later, hundreds of miles away, all because either they were microchipped or they had some sort of identifier on them that helped get them back home. Okay, any last minute advice you'd give for playing outside this spring?
Make sure we're going to talk in the next couple of weeks about heartworm prevention and flea and tick control. So those are going to be important too. We're outside and so are those bugs.
All right, Dr. Crow, thank you so much as always for keeping us and our pets healthy and safe.